Hello, my lovely spectators. Dee Dee here. Welcome to my studio. We are doing the second video for my June contribution to Creep on June for the Tracy Fox collaboration. So if you are not familiar, then you can go down below and get the links to the calendar so that you can visit each of the contributors, the links to the kit that she has on her Etsy, and the links to her freebie, which is in her Ko-Fi. So that'll be down below. But basically, we're all using her kit, which is Grimwood Tales. You see the bits and pieces here. I've done 2 videos already where I've taken it apart, I've cut the pieces, etc., etc. And earlier today, because this is video 2, I'm trying to be an overachiever here. No, I'm trying to show the diversification of my skill set, because I came from scrapbooking and card making. Scrapbooking, then card making, and now junk journaling and art journaling and all that good stuff. So I'm just like having fun making stuff. And so I figured I will do something for each of my crafty abilities, I guess I want to say. So I've already posted one video, or one video is out in the morning, so 12 a.m. that came out. About 6 hours later or so, I think this one's going to be coming out on that day, which is June 6th. So today is actually June 2nd, but so this will be out June 6th. And then some junk journaling stuff, which is what you're really here for, right? So I don't know. The title tells you. So if you weren't into this, you would not be watching my video. So all I was doing is reinforcing. So she has a number of boxes. So this is, I think you can see it best here. And within the box printout, you see these thin lines. These are the lines where you need to fold in order to create the box. So that's all I did right here, was to kind of fold all the lines. So now I'm going to put it together. And then this is going to become the little box for a set of cards that we're going to make, right? So they're going to be super, super easy. But you know me, it's probably going to take me 17 hours to make it. So what happens is that you have these two go inside, and then you need to then wrap this around so it has a nice finish to it. Right? So this is what we're trying to do. Okay. So this is I think this is the bottom. I think this is the bottom of the box. Yes. And then the other one, we have the same thing, but you have this flap. So let me open it up so you can see the difference again. This is like a full-on, right? And then you take this one. It looks pretty much the same, almost the same, except that it doesn't have the little flappy bits. So that leads me to believe that this gets attached to each other, if that makes sense, right? So I am going to do them separately and then attach. So what I want to do is I want to create the finished edge, right? Which is what's happening here. So what we need to do is we need to bring these pieces over, the tabs, right? They go inside of this. So we want the tabs to come together. Like, we want the corner to come together like this nicely, right? And then we want to do that and glue that all down. So let's do that first. So we're going to add some adhesive here. Probably not the smartest thing to use art glitter glue, because you need a little wiggle room. But I'm going to be courageous. And we're going to make sure that that right angle looks good. And I'll press down. Now this is going to open up. Now this is the top. This doesn't have the extra flaps. So then we're going to put glue all the way inside here to make this nice and tight. I'm going to glue that down. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. And so we're going to put glue on this side of the tab. Okay. We're going to bring this up together. Get ourselves a right angle, right? That nice little right angle there. Okay. And then, once that's done, we press down. And we'll open this back up. And we're going to glue on the inside all of this down here. So we're gluing this flap down. Okay. All right. Now, We've got this flap and this flap. This flap goes in to create a nice finish around there. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Okay, now this is done. This is the top of the box. Okay, this flap is going to attach to the bottom, and then this one is the bottom. Now this one has that extra little flap here, and it has this over here that has the flaps on this side. So this looks exactly the same, right? It had the rollover, and this piece looks like that, but it has the tabs because both of these sides are going to go in. So we're going to completely make a central situation here. So let's put some glue on the tab over here. We're going to do our right angle situation, right? So if you burnish it, you should be able to line this up nicely, no problem. Get your nice right angle. Okay, and then on the other side, we're going to do the same thing. Okay, it's a little fussy. You know, making boxes tend to be that way. But I like that there was something different included. So you could make these boxes and then put gifts inside. You could make little artist trading cards out of all of the good stuff that she has here and gift it to someone local. You can do it like a happy mail as well. That's a nice little idea. So yeah, there's a lot going on here. Okay, and then let me get the last tab in there. Okay, and then I'm using this to kind of help me with my right angles, right? Okay, now once they're all secured in there, okay, let me fold this out the way. All of these flaps that are left here are going to create that nice finished inside. So let's take care of that. Okay, we're gonna push this one down. And it's gonna make that nice solid. We're gonna also push this one down. That's gonna make a nice solid. There you go. And then we're gonna do that to this one as well. Now the bottom is white. She does have, I gotta go get it. She has a page of like a printed texture that you can put down here so that the bottom does not stay stark white. So let me go grab that. Where did I put that? That's no bueno. Let me go here. I think it's in here. So here's everything that I cut out. She's got file folders. She's got like a little bit of everything. Oh, maybe it's over here. Nope, it's over here with the other envelopes. So she's got these printed out. They're 2 to a page. So you can actually just tuck this down here. It fits perfectly. So that way it's, well, it's a little snug because again, remember, you are cutting things out with trimmers and eyeballing things and all of that good stuff is probably happening. So, you know, if it's a little off, grab your scissors. That's what they're for. Make some adjustments. Where are my scissors? They're on the floor? I don't know. Oh my goodness, where did they? Okay, we're just gonna grab something else. Oh no, these got something on. Yeah, we're gonna do this. So I'm gonna take a sliver off of here. And I'm going to take a sliver off of there. Now, honestly, I should have checked to see if one is a top box. Might be a little bigger than the other one, but I don't know if it is. So that could be a thing, right? So just going to pop down here. And then this one, the other one is going to go in the top right here. So, okay. So we're going to have a nice finished box. Now, here's the thing. How do we put these together? You're going to have a box that opens up so, like this. So we need to adhere this flap to the back. So, but I'm going to put the pieces inside first. And then we will attach them together. At this point, if you really want to get fancy schmancy, you could take some ribbon, some pretty ribbon, lay it down so that it's in the box. And then when you put whatever there, you can then tie it into the box so it feels like it's staying secure. That would be something fun. That it would be behind here and like built in and give it like an impressive kind of vibe. I'm not going to be impressive right now. I just have impressive ideas. So we're going to put that there. I'm also not inking the inside one. I don't feel like it's necessary. So yeah. So I'm going to do that. Now, why did I say that I wanted to make cards? Well, she includes so many cards. Really, really pretty stuff here, guys. Really pretty. Okay, it's a little off. I'm not going to be mad at it. If I really feel like it's annoying, I could do something else. I could put some other paper or something in there. But it's all good. It looks good. So now, here is where we're going to attach it. Right? I am going to attach it on the outside because I want this to be like a finished edge. The bottom is going to have that opening. So we're going to do that now. So I'm going to put adhesive here on top of this panel while they're seated together. So I know that this is seated nicely together, and then I'm going to fold it over and I'm going to just lightly press, get that adhesive started, right? Look at the front, make sure everybody looks good. We're going to open it up, and then we're going to go in here and press. Don't rip it apart from each other because you never know. You're going to press that over here. Nice and nice. Now, we have this lovely little box, right? Now, this is visible, that's visible. If it bothers you, then you can put a piece of something there. And I think, just because, where did it go? I just got some washi tape that might flow in there. Maybe not. I misplaced it. Where did I put it? Okay, no, I don't know where it's at. And actually, no, I don't think it would go well. But you can put a piece of washi or some kind of tape there. I really feel like I want to add the tape because even though this is our glitter glue, unless I go in here and like really get up in there tight, I don't, that little gappage is kind of calling my attention. So let's fix that. So we're gonna do it like this. Okay, like that. Okay. All right. So what she's done is that she's also made all these beautiful cards, right? All of these representative of fairy tales. Guess what? They fit in here very nicely. So we're going to take a few of these cards and a few of the critters and some other stuff here, and we're going to make some basic cards, right? So even though this is Creep on June, it's got a what is it? That's not grimy in the sense like, oh, you're so grimy, but like just I know it's grungy, but I don't want to use that word. You know what I mean? It's got an aesthetic to it that's very nice. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice aesthetic. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take. We need some words. Now all of these things tend to be something that is like, you know, shadow tale, bewitched beasts, curious. They're all fabulous to add to your stash, right? Bewitched Beasts, a different one. The Creepy Creatures. What is this? Grim Creatures. And they're fabulous, right? But I don't think, for me, to use these with the card is not going to really do what I want it to do. So I went and I got another Temu product that just came. And I'm looking now. It has this grungy, kind of woody kind of thing, so I'm kind of liking that. So I think I'm going to use this and find something that doesn't feel so weird. And I think I want to put maybe 4 cards would be a nice little gift set for somebody. So let's try to make 4 cards. So I want to look at these guys too. Like, so we've got some critters here that are cut out that are kind of big, and some that are like really whatever. So I love her, right? To me, this is like hello. But like, see what's happening. Let's see. Let's look and see. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. This one's cute. I don't know. She's kind of small. I want to look at the little smaller ones. I love this guy. This makes me think of my brother because he told me one time he likes owls. Forget about it. Now every time I see an owl, he's the first thing that pops into my head. This guy is cute. I'm looking for the smaller on the side of this because I want to do it comparatively. I want to have them included onto the cover or the picture frame, whatever. This is cute. But do they say something to you? So even though they're like creepy and whatnot, like, he's adorable looking. So he could be saying one of these words over here. And so that's what I'm looking at. I like the hand gesture there. So I think I'm going to take her. We could imply something there. These are cutesy too, as well. She's pretty, small. So, yeah, there's variety here. So let's take a look at the words. So if you can find words that are, you know, general. So, dance with life. These can be just note cards of positive information, affirmation. Dance with life. Make today count. Believe. Dare to be different. Create. Dare to be different would be nice for one of these creepy guys, but he's kind of big for the card. It would take the whole bottom, but that's a possibility. Wild and free, right? Seize the day. Let's find one that looks like he's gonna, you know, kick some butt, possibly, right? I love this guy. He is so interesting to me. I would put him on something for sure, for sure. So shine bright, innovate, you got this. So all of these are going to be a little packet of affirmational, like little note cards that they could send to someone else, right? Not that people do snail mail, but we're making cards. We're still making cards. So let's see what we got here, and let's try to put them together to kind of coordinate this. I did it on pretty thick paper. So this is cute. And I think that she pops on here, but I also think that she pops there. So kind of like maybe these two together. Don't know what it's saying, but we're going to go from there. This card is pretty. I think she goes with it, but she's also kind of big. So we might need to like look this out. I like him. He might, well, no, he covers the glass. I think that that's a focus point. Yes. So let's see here. I think I want to use this card, right? So again, attribute this kind of like to building clusters, right? He's going to go here. Love it. Love it. Love it. So what else do we have going on here, right? We've got this bedroom scene. I don't know about the bedroom scene. I mean, it could be. We could put him there or her. We could find something maybe, right? And then, let's see here. If we can match up something, oh, there's quite a few. There's quite a few of these cards. We could actually make more because it's not going to be that bad to make a whole bunch. Ooh, this one's, I like that. Okay. Okay, I don't know how many would fit in here, but we have multiple boxes. Let's get these critters out of the way. Okay. And just like the vibe of the background to all of that stuff is going to be important. Importante. Okay, this one's there and this one's here. So let's see. These guys with the gravestones, I'm not so sure about. Okay, I can see there and I can see over here. Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. They all seem to be pretty vertical. So yeah. So let's look. She's adorable. I like her. Where can we put her? I like her too, but you know, no. Oh, 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 oh. I'm gonna put her there. I don't know why. She's just calling me there. He is so cute. I don't even know if he's a he or not, but I just called him a he. A basket. This one here. He's very regal looking, but I'm not sure. This one, the creepy one with see, but they're too big. She's nice. She's cute. So we're just, like we said, we're just auditioning. Oh, I like her. Let's put her here. She looks mean. We're going to make her say something nice, but she looks mean. Let's see here. Okay, we have the grave. So let's put something here. Maybe we have another one. Yeah, we have a different one. He's kind of much bigger. And then we have this narrow one. Maybe the narrow. See, I was doing it with the scan, not the scan and cut, my silhouette. And I think, I don't know what happened. I must have hit the thing when it was going in. This is creepy. Let's do that. She looks upset and mean. I don't know if we're going to put her there. The doubles are just too big, like really too big to put them anywhere. I love these guys. Ah, so cute. I don't know what he's doing. Let's see here. No, no, no. I do like this one, but no. I kind of like, it doesn't go. I need to go with this and I need to go with that. So we've got this guy. He looks a little frazzled, but the coloring seems off. I like this one, but that coloring. I think I can maybe get away with putting that one there. No, let's put her back up here. No. No, 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 no. So, no, no. Ooh, creepy, 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 creepy. This is, yeah, no. Why am I trying to make all of these? I didn't say I was going to make this. Okay, so I don't know what's happening. What happened? I think I had a lot of stuff on my camera and therefore it stopped the recording. So I went back, looked, saw that I was in the process of selecting and attributing certain characters to the different covers. I then decided to go and actually cut out the paper. So in my other video, I had made my scrapbooking, but I had made a bunch of bases to utilize throughout 3 videos for today. So these were some of the backgrounds that I had done. And I walked through doing one of them in my other video. So now I have those. So I took a gray one to make my little card bases. So I just cut them down. I don't know, again, why my trimmer is like off. What's wrong with me? My trimmer's off. So I just have these little gray card bases, and I was going to that because I had already connected everybody, and I was having a problem with this punch, which I mentioned showing you, but all of that was cut off. So I'm just going to show you where we're at right now. I made the bases, right? So all I need to do is now decorate with the cards. Now the cards themselves match, for the most part, the exact front. I'm going to trim away a little bit of her border here and adjust it so that it would fit and show this. And then that's the back, and then the front is going to be like that. Okay, and then we'll have our little critter and we'll have our saying. So that also lets me see that I can put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can put in 6 cards easily. So we're going to do that because it doesn't take that long to kind of do that. So I already told you I'm going to trim them out and ink them up. We'll be back to kind of assemble with the phrasings and stuff. And then yes, I know someone's saying, what about the envelopes? True. We're going to need to figure out the envelope situation. So we will do that. I'm also going to need to trim out these guys because I don't know why a couple of them are off. So all I did was cut it down 6 inches, right? Cut it down to 12 by 12, 6 inches, and then 4 inches. So that this is 3 inches by 4 inches. And that's our little card. So we'll have to make envelopes for that. So we'll see how that's going to work out. These are not cards that you would mail per se. These are cards you dip into somebody's pocketbook or their book bag, or you hand it and it's attached to a gift or something. So yeah, the envelopes are not going to be super fancy. But let me clean up all of this because it stopped my recording, and I will be back and we will put them together and yeah, zhuzh them up with Tracy's kit, and we will be done with it. So I'm just cleaning up a little bit of the ink. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. Oh, I don't even know where I'm at right now, but so the first video I was going over the process of making the cards, etc., etc. The second video, well, it got cut off in between. Now we're looking at this. I don't remember if we talked about making the envelopes. So it's all over the place. So I'm hoping that I can piece together something that makes some kind of sense. So we have our box made. I know that was in it. I pressed on it a little too much. I think I am going to throw a little bit of ink on it just to keep with a little bit of the grunge and also to hide those little boo-boos that I made. So inking serves a multitude of purposes. So we're just keeping in line with the grunging. So it's already been put together. We said that there were about 6 or so that could fit in here. So that's what we're going to aim for. And then we need to talk about how to make an envelope. And I'm not even sure what we're going to do. Well, we're going to wing it. And we're going to go from there. Because again, I don't know if it needs to necessarily have an envelope like that, because we're not going to mail them. I don't think that these are mailing, but you could, I guess, if you wanted to. So I cut a couple more bases so that everybody would be together. The other thing is that I used my decal. Well, these are not decal. They're called, I don't know what the hell they're called. They're this thing here. So yes, I found my little box with my little samples. I know what's in here. And so, you know, organization is one thing, but then if you put it and you hide it, then you can't find it. How are you going to know what you got? So right now, I'm keeping my little tab here with my tools right here. And then they're going under my desk, so that I can actually use my tools more often. I think that this is a nice alternative to having an edge punch. I don't have many of those at my disposal right now. I have. They're somewhere downstairs. But right now in this little zone that I call my studio, they are not. Alright. The page is done. They're folded. Like I said, I cut 12 by 12 down to 6 by 4, so I was able to get them all out of a page and a half, a 12 by 12 and a half. Now I could do some more decaling. I don't think I'm going to do that. I want to probably solidify this edge right here and just add a little bit of inking to carry that through. Okay, so some of you may be like, why would anybody want cards like this? Because you never know, people have different, you know, likes and dislikes. People might be really into like this kind of genre, right? I can't even, like, you know, Grimm's fairy tale with a twist. So we're going to put these together, and we're going to put down the cards that are in the kit. Okay, we're gonna put those down. Now, we said that we're gonna put her with it. Okay, so I want to put her on this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna off-center this card layer so that I can have that, and I'll have some space over here. So that'll be here, and then we're gonna place her here. Now I want to put her on foam, so we're gonna bust out our Timu foamies. Where are they? I keep losing things. Yo, it's crazy. Where is it? Here it goes. And so I'm going to cut from this side. I don't know where my green scissors are. They disappeared. Then the other scissors disappeared, and now the other scissors have disappeared. So I keep losing scissors. Scissors keep disappearing. I'm just gonna cut down the center of this so that I can grab a couple of pieces of this. So we're going to put it, let's see here, I'm going to put it here, and we're going to put it there. Okay, we're going to take another piece, another 2 pieces. We're going to put it there. Let's cut that right here. We're going to put it excuse me, in there, and then we're going to actually cut this here. Put this down here. What you basically want is that you don't want the thing that you're gluing here, right? You don't want it to cave, so you want to cover a good amount of the back with what you're putting on. So this is what we're going to do to all of them. So I'm going to show you. I'm showing you the one, and then I'm going to go lay out everybody, and then we're going to add our sentiments, and hopefully we're going to figure out the envelopes. Okay, so once I have sticky, once I have all of this stuff off, again, I'm going to place her with some dimension. Okay, now I'm placing her here, pressing this down, and notice that yes, I've gone over it. So we're going to go back here, and we're going to just adjust anything that we see and not do what I just did, which is to cut the card. But it's okay, it's not that dramatic. Remember, they're handmade cards too. You gotta remind these people, they're handmade, girl. They're handmade for you. So there will be flaws inadvertently. So we're gonna make all of our little cards like this, and then we'll come back. So I'm gonna lay everybody down where they should be, add my foam, etc., etc., and then we will do some more decorating, and we should be able to finalize with some envelopes. Okay, so pull together some things. We have these little tags, so I decided to take one to put on the front and decorate the cover. And since these are all little creeps, I just took these two labels to kind of add to that, and have the box have a little something on there. I thought about putting another little figurine on the front, but I decided against it. I figured this is sufficient enough. I think that that's good enough, right? These were a little big. I could do it this way because they do open up that way. I could put this one like that little card there, or maybe this card. So, you know, so gonna put something. I really like this one, but I don't know now. Now I'm thinking maybe this, and then putting like this, like that, like a little layering situation. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the way to go. Do I want to add another little something here? I could. Oh, we'll make a little cluster on the front. So let's do that, and then we'll talk about the cards. We'll find some sentiments, and then we're going to do, we have to deal with the envelopes, right? Because, you know, that's a thing. Now, I could leave it flat. I could pop it up. I think I'm just going to leave it flat, especially on the outside, like a journal cover and stuff like that. It feels like it might rub against and kind of become an issue. So we're just going to do that. We're going to put this one here. Right? Yeah, there, like that. A nice little creepy foresty situation. We're gonna take our little bits over here and make a little cluster to cover the front. And that's gonna tell us that inside we've got a bunch of little creeps. No cards. Okay, I already did that one. So let's see. We put this here. We put this one here, possibly. And then this guy to cover like that, maybe. That. How does that look? Maybe this and this. We're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna go for it because we can be here all day auditioning, and that's not usually how I do my decorating of things. So I'm gonna go with my usual MO, is just slap things together. So we have that. Let's place that down on the box, down here on the bottom. Like that. Okay, and then little creeps. Do I want to do a little weirdness like this, or do I want to keep it really in the center? Okay, I feel like if I put it too high, I'm gonna need something else. I know she had a couple of little tiny ones. Let's see here. Little creeps are disturbed. Oh, I could do a smaller little creep here. And then I would need something else though. Let's see here. I know I should have designed this beforehand, but it is what it is. So now we got that small one. Little creep, twisted fairy tales. Little creeps, twisted fairy tales. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Just because now we gotta ink this a little bit, just knock it down a little bit. I cleaned up my hands a little bit because, you know, it gets a little grimy. Okay, I'm gonna put that here. Little creeps. And then we're gonna take this one, let's ink that a little bit here. So hopefully you've enjoyed doing other things other than junk journaling stuff with me, hopefully. But the next video, the third video later today, popping out, is going to be some junk journaling standard go-to type of items using pieces from the kit. So here we have our little box, right? There we go. Inside the box, it's already set up nice and nice. And now we have our cards. Let me show you. Everybody has been placed. We made 8 cards. They actually all fit in this box. 8 cards. There were more than 8 of these little scenes, but I used them. I used a couple in the scrapbooking thing. So now we're going to be here. And we're going to look for something that kind of calls to us in terms of what we see here. So with him, right? Let's see. I just saw something that kind of, it said be the light. I don't know. I think that kind of like goes with him for some reason. So we're just making these little cards. Nothing crazy. There we go. The first one, be the light. What is she saying to us? Okay. She's got her little hands like in a prayer setting, whatever, but then also they have a little evilness to them. So let's see. And then this candy house in the back is also celebration beyond bold. Life is beautiful. Stand tall. Dream big. Savor the moment. Your own power. It's just kind of creepy, like you're my favorite. Okay, let's come back to her. Let's see him. Let's see here. He looks a little worried. Let's put a don't worry on here so they have a card that they can give to someone who says don't worry. The boat feels like it needs to be there, so I think I'm gonna put the don't worry up here. I don't want to cover. Let's see. We'll put that there. Do I want to put that there? Yeah, I don't want to cover too much that's going on. So he's a don't worry card. She's she looks like she's gonna eat the person. I should put remember to smile, but no. Keep going. Now, do I want to do that? I'm just making up random stuff. I think it's keep going. Motivating the person. Don't drop dead. No, stop. That's so morbid. I'm sorry. Let's see here. She looks a little bit like she's gonna, you know, snatch your face. But we're gonna put something there to make her not, you know. Let's open them all up because we only got 5 more. So yeah, she's also gonna, well, because they're the grim with the little twist on there. So let's see. Blah blah blah. Life is beautiful. Where can I put life is beautiful? I don't know. Stand tall. Own your power. Own your power. Ooh, I like that. Own your power. Let's put that here. I think she has to own her power. Right. I'm just gonna put that right there. So we have own your power. No regrets. My favorite. Go for it. She's like so. She looks a little scared. Forever and a day. Stay fearless. Shine bright. You got this. Never give up. Make today count. Excuse me. Find your fire. Dance with life. Nobody's dancing. Believe that you can. Kind of feel he's wizardy. So we're going to put this. Believe that you can here on him. Actually, with this bed being there, that's kind of like, where is it? Seize the day. Let's just seize the day. Wake up. Get yourself going. Seize the day. Seize the day. And then this one is believe you can. So let's put this Believe You Can here. Why not? This one and this one. Find your fire, hold on, inspire, make today count, dare to be different. And let's look one more time over here. Be kind always. Be the light, inspiration, thrive, good times, rise and shine, spark. Be limitless, go beyond, radiate love, life is beautiful. Heart wide open, dream big. This one, I want to do like make a wish. No. Collect the moment. Less is more. Explore. Optimistic. Keep it simple. Why not? What is this? What is this? What is she saying? What is she saying? She's not saying be the light. I don't know what it is she's saying. Remember to smile. That's not what she's saying. Creative soul forever and a day. Make your own path. Live boldly. Stay fearless. She looks like she's going to kick somebody's butt. So we're going to put stay fearless. I'm going to put it here, which is another odd little place. Right up to the edge. And then we're going to just tuck it down behind her because she is standing there. And this one, I don't know why, but I want to put the dare to be different here because I feel like she is different. And there's a little bit of something in her eyes that tells me she's not quite sure of herself. Okay, so that's it. You know, just whatever it feels like, you know. And there we have our cards. So now we need to do an envelope situation. And I'm just going to show you that, yes, they do fit in here. Pretty good, right? Nice little packet of, nice little gift in itself. And then we need to do the envelopes. So how are we going to do the envelopes? Oh my goodness. I need a paper. I need some regular paper. Where's my regular paper? I know I had some next to me. I moved it and now, okay, here we go. Yeah, I know, regular paper, white paper, but we're talking about making an envelope. And envelopes generally sometimes are white. So now, I want to see how this is going to work. So we can figure this out. Take a card, right? We know that we want the card to have this flap that comes up. Okay, so that flap has to come up. This flap has to go over. Okay, it's not quite passing enough, so let's go bring this up a little bit more. Okay. Now, can I get an envelope pinch board? Of course I can. Do I have one? Of course I do. Am I going to look for it? Of course not. So we're going to figure out how to make an envelope. We're making a template. Okay. So this is where we're at right now. We got the envelope sides coming in. Okay. All right. And now we are needing to kind of figure out where that's going to be. So I'm going to just mark that right there for a minute. And I'm going to also mark this one over here for a minute. Okay. So now I have the marking here because this is a template. We have a mark here. And we got the mark here, right? And we got this. So now what that's telling me is I'm going to take my paper to the board. I'm going to take a ruler. Actually, and we're going to line this up on that mark right down here, right? You can see my finger, yeah. So that. Then we're going to turn this over here. And we're going to find the mark, line this up. And, okay, here's one thing. I don't need all of this. So I need to get it out of my way because I need to know what size piece of paper I need to work with. So do that. Okay, oh, line this little mark up on a mark on your board. Make sure this is straight against here. Bring your ruler. Okay. And then we're going to do this. Okay. And there we go. So now I want to cut this out. Okay, just to see what I have without all this extra fluff. Okay. Okay. This is the bottom and the top, right? Okay. Because this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 6. Okay. See, I didn't know. So now we have to cut some 6 by 6 paper in order to make our envelope. So we're going to be able to go like that, then like this, and then like this. And then once this bad boy is up in there, we're going to be able to fold that over. Okay? And so when we do that, we're going to have these little triangles that we're going to be able to just cut off. Like that. I'm still working on the template, guys. I'm still working on the template just to see how that all works out. Okay, let's cut that out, cut that out. We're going to cut out this and this, okay, and this and this. Okay, there we go. So now when this goes in, we fold, that's gonna fold up, that's gonna fold over, fold over. So these two are gonna go, and then this is gonna come down like that. So we have our little envelopes. There we go. So we need a 6 by 6 piece of paper. We need 8 of them. Let me go cut that and come right back. Okay, so I've cut 6 by 6. I'm gonna place this guy here, and I'm gonna use it as my guide because I couldn't fold them together in the center, all that good stuff. But you know, I just don't know. We're freehanding right now. Okay, I'm not trying to go get my envelope punch board, so I folded this up, trying to keep it in line with what's going on there. So they go like that. Okay, I'm gonna fold this guy down. It's a little big, I don't mind that. We're gonna fold this one over. Okay. And then we're gonna fold this one over here as well. Like that. And then we're gonna cut out our triangles. So it doesn't feel the same, but I'm doing it based upon what I have going on here. So I'm gonna cut out the little triangle here and cut out the triangle there. Okay. So this is a 6 by 6, definitely. Okay, so now I'll look at it again. We got this going up, we got this coming over, that coming over, okay, and this. So I'm off, of course, I'm off. Why wouldn't I not be off, right? Does it bother me that I'm off? Not especially. I'm willing to be a little bit foo-foo, and sometimes, but not always. So, am I liking the way that that looks? Not really. So, what are my alternatives? Yeah, something is not, something not. Okay. I know this was like, I didn't put it in the same spots, but it is a 6 by 6. Right? This is a 6 by 6. Yes? Yes, this is 6 by 6. This is just shy of 6 by just shy of 6. So it thought would be that it would have some, you know, some. Okay, guys, I don't know. Let's see here. Okay. And here. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to turn it this way. Okay, we're going to, where those two bends are, I'm going to bend this up. Okay, these two bends, I'm going to bend that up. Okay, let's make sure that it still fits. Nope. See? Something's not working out right. I doing wrong, people? And then we have this going up like that. That's better, but it's not perfect. And then this one comes down like this. Yeah. We are going to need to rethink these envelopes, guys. But I don't know where my punch board is, so I feel like if I don't finalize an envelope with you guys, I failed. I failed in my task with you guys today. Let's do it this way. Okay. Alright, there we go, like that. And then this one comes this way. Okay. I don't mind that. So, trying to think. Do I want to be kitschy and put something like that there? One of these little ones there? Or put something else to glue those down? And then leave it there, and then this will slide out. Because I could build the envelope around each one of them. And that might be a thing, but I don't know if I want to do that because they're still off. Alright, guys. The envelopes are not her stuff, so I'm not gonna stress on the envelopes right now. I know that the card is about 3x4, so there has to be somewhere. Yeah, this is 4x3 exactly. So I need a card that's gonna fit in here in that way. Now I know that let's see. The other thing, like you have a square, right? A square, which is this 6x6. The problem is that if you do the method where you have you make a little line here, of course in pencil, I know. Right now I'm just trying to figure this out for us, you know, because I'm giving you motivation hopefully to make some little cards, but then how do you do the envelopes, right? Like that. And then there's like the usual thing, right? We go to the center there, then we go to the center over here. Okay. All right, perfect. That's fine. Then we come up, right? And we have to come up a little bit, right? So that way we overlap, right? So we want to come up evenly on both sides. Okay. Now, does this guy fit? This is what I'm fearing, that it's not going to fit properly. Okay, no, it does fit. Okay. And then we need to bring this down much further. Okay. Alright, so that will work. Alright, so we're going to do that. So it needed to be a 6x6. Hello. We're going to toss all of this. I know. Good paper. I know. Yeah, I could have stamped on it. I don't do that. I can't. It's traumatic already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need one more sheet. I'll be back. Okay, so here we are. Made the envelopes. They fit here. Like we did that whole folding process. You were going to sit there watching me do them. So out of a 6x6 piece of paper. I didn't cut off all the little extras. That doesn't bother me too much. That makes them look different. So I'm just going to leave them. I was thinking of putting the little pieces on here, but that doesn't really go with the fact that we're doing that. So I'm putting all 8 envelopes in here. And then we're going to be putting all of our cards. So stay fearless. The insides are gray, easy to write on. Then we have believe you can. Okay. Seize the day. Okay. Own your power. So just note cards with positive things. Keep going. This is a little crooked, so hopefully I can lift this up. Yep. And tilt it a little bit because I was looking at it from the side. Now I'm looking at it from the front on. Okay. Don't worry because he looks worried. Be the light for our little guy here and dare to be different. Okay. So we got our cards in there and we're going to close our little box up and there we go. We've made a whole set of cards from Tracy's digital kit of little creeps. So for that person who's a little quirky in your life, definitely an option, right? And it does feel like it wants to open up, so this is the perfect opportunity to take some twine, make it look a little fun. You know, maybe you do some twine around it and it'll be okay to close it up, and you can gift it because it is popping up. But I think part of that is the envelopes have not been like super scored, like to really make sure that they are nicely laying down. Let's see if that makes a difference or if I'm talking poo. So we're just going to score the sides over here. Okay, let's see if that's going to make a difference. The other thing that could help is that, you know, everything is in the same direction. That's also going to make it be more bulky on one side. So for example, I'm going to take half these envelopes and flip them around so that way the bulk is in a different direction. Okay, and then these guys, you want them all facing forward, so that's kind of like, you know, you can't really avoid that. So, you know, so she's on one side, then that's one on the other side. It kind of happened out that way on one side, and then, yeah, this was on the other side, and then it was this side, and then it was this side again, and then it was that side again, and so, you know, it is what it is. But that scoring did help to alleviate some of that poppage. So I hope you've enjoyed this project. I know it's been a little choppy. My phone has been giving me problems. I don't know what's going on. I deleted a bunch of videos that I had already uploaded, so you got to keep the phone lean, I guess, in order for it to kind of work out the way that you need it to work out and, you know, be able to record. So I'm gonna take a little break, and then I'm gonna come and make my third video for the day, which is also going to include aspects from, well, focused on the kit from Tracy, and they will be journal items. So I don't know how many things I'm gonna actually do with you, but I'm gonna bring you some of the things that are in the kit that are ready-madeable. So we have the boxes, one thing. There's some other stuff that we could do, so we could do more boxes. These are bases for the boxes. We also have a bunch of other pieces that are ready-made, designed for use. So watch for the third video today. So not sure when, maybe every 6 hours. So 6 hours from now, maybe I will be popping that video up on, schedule that video to load live. So you will get another notification if you are subscribed and have rung that bell. Anyway, please like, comment, let me know what you think. And yeah, have fun with the kit. I'm having fun. Until next time, ciao ciao, bye.